Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video I'm really excited to do because I am going to be sharing with you all my favorites or top makeup products from 2022 so far. So it is June, it's halfway through the year, which means I felt like it was a perfect time to kind of go back in time to look at everything that I've purchased so far this year. These products, some of them did release in 2022, and some of them are older products that I just picked up this year. And so let's just go ahead and get started. I have a lot to talk about. I'm really excited to share these products with you. So let's jump right on in. So I don't have any primers to share with you, but I do have two foundations that I want to go ahead and talk about. The first one being this Nars foundation. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. This is such a good foundation, you guys. I absolutely love this for multiple reasons. I love this because it is very lightweight on the skin. It's buildable coverage. You can definitely go in with a light layer and you probably won't have too much coverage, but then if you go in with another layer, you could definitely build this up for it to become fuller coverage. So I really like this one. It's not too dewy, it's not too mattifying. It's definitely going to give you kind of a fresh look to the skin. I do set my face every time I put on foundation. I'm setting my face. So if you have oily skin, I would highly recommend that you set your face with this one, just because again, the finish that it leaves is a little bit more of a fresh finish. But I am just really impressed with this one. This was my first ever Nars foundation, and I'm so glad that I decided to pick this one up because I had heard really good things about it, and I do think that everything that people are saying about this is absolutely true. So I really do recommend this one, and I really do like it. Another foundation that I picked up this year is this one from the brand Milani, and this is a Korean beauty brand, and this is the Snail Repair Intensive BB Cream. This is a beautiful, lightweight, everyday foundation for me. It is absolutely stunning on the skin. I do wear the shade number 21. It has SPF 50 in it, which I really enjoy because I'm getting double protection. But Korean beauty does a wonderful job at creating BB creams and foundations, just base products in general. This is just very lightweight on the skin, but it gives enough coverage where I feel comfortable. It does cover up my redness, it does cover up acne, but I don't feel like my skin is like suffocating underneath, if that makes sense. So I just am super impressed with this one. I would put this alongside of my Misha BB cream, and I love that one. Another reason I really like this product is because even though my skin may not be in the best of shape when it comes to maybe like texture, or maybe I'm dealing with more redness, I can still go in with a product like this, and I'm very pleased with how my makeup looks. So really happy with this one, and I am just really glad to have it within my collection. All right, so moving on, let's go ahead and talk about I have two powders that I want to share with you. The first one is completely just the love of my life. I love this powder so much. I picked this up this year. It didn't necessarily come out this year, and that is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation. This powder foundation is so good. What I love about this and how I love to use it is anytime that maybe I am seeking a little bit more coverage, especially on days when I'm going in with something like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer, I like to go in with a powder foundation to just kind of even out the overall complexion, maybe even out some places that the BB cream or the tinted moisturizer didn't get. And this is very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. One thing that I've noticed about the e.l.f. Camo powder foundation is that one can look kind of makeup-y on the skin. It can definitely look like you are wearing powder, if that makes sense. This, I do not get that vibe. I'm just really impressed with this one. I do wear the shade P4 for reference in case you're close to my skin complexion, but I am just so in love with this. This is just literally the love of my life, and I use it weekly. I use it not necessarily every day because some days I don't need that added coverage, but I am really gravitating towards that one a lot. Another powder that I've been using a lot lately, because it is obviously very warm here and because it's, you know, summer, is this powder from NYX. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder. I'm pretty sure that this came out this year. This is a great powder because how I like to use it is I just like to set in the areas where I feel like I get oily. So for instance, on my forehead, my nose, my chin, kind of basically my T-zone. And I feel like this does a really great job at prolonging my makeup, but also it really does help with oil control because, you know, again, when I'm outside, I'm sweaty, or maybe I'm just noticing some breakdown. I feel like this really does allow my foundation to last a little bit longer. So I am really impressed with this. I have the shade Light in case you were curious. This is just a really, really great option. And honestly, it's even like a dupe for the Urban Decay All Nighter setting powder. I know that I've talked about that one before on my channel, especially for like long wearing makeup, for days where maybe you are celebrating a special occasion or something. I feel like this is a very, very close alternative to that powder. Now let's get into some cream products. I actually only have, I don't have a cream, I do not have a cream bronzer to talk about, but I have some cream blushes. But let me get into bronzer first because that's how I apply my makeup. So for bronzer, I do have, I think I just have this one. Yeah, I have one bronzer, and it is this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshware Bronzer. I have the shade 250 Light. This is a beautiful bronzer, you guys. I'm really, really impressed with the bronzer formula that this, I'm really impressed with the formula of this bronzer. It is really, really good. I also really enjoy that they have a lot of shade ranges, or a lot of ranges of shades within this line. That is something that I feel like the drugstore was really missing for a while there, and I feel like L'Oreal definitely killed it with this one. This is a beautiful formula. It is a beautiful, just kind of soft and smooth formula that goes on the skin, and honestly, I really enjoy that it's matte as well, because some days, as much as I like luminous bronzer, or like, you know, more like radiant bronzing powders, I really enjoy a good just matte bronzer as well, and this is definitely one that I love and recommend. And it is going to be a little bit more expensive, being that it's a newer item, but I highly recommend it. And just an FYI, it does smell like the L'Oreal 24-Hour Freshware Foundation. So if you're not a fan of how that foundation smells, then you probably won't like this one. I don't notice, like, I don't smell it throughout the day or anything like that, but it does have a slight scent to it. So just an FYI. So I was thinking about it, and I guess I can talk about my Ilia bronzer too. I did pick this Ilia bronzer up during the last Sephora VIB sale. This is the Nightlight Bronzing Powder, and I do have the shade Drawn In. So I actually really like this bronzer. I think that it's really, really good. Honestly, I think, you know, if you're looking for a good matte bronzer, I think you'll like the L'Oreal one, but the Ilia one is really good as well. I've really, really been enjoying it. It's currently in my Shop My Stash right now, and I really like it. I'm glad that I picked it up. I'm glad that I decided to try it out, and so far, so good. It's again very similar to the L'Oreal, where it's matte, but it's very soft and very smooth on the skin. And yeah, I'm just really impressed with this one and really glad that I decided to pick it up. All right, now let's get into blush. I have a ton of blush to talk about, so I apologize in advance. I have a lot of blushes and I have a lot of highlighters. So let's get into it. So firstly, this Rare Beauty blush is stunning. I know that I've talked about these Rare Beauty blushes before, but this shade I did purchase this year. So this is one of her newer shades that she came out with. This is the shade Encourage. And the shade Encourage is perfect for every day. It's the most beautiful kind of pinky mauve toned blush. It's really, really stunning on, and honestly, this formula is just so amazing. But it's the new shades that she launched. The new shades are just super stunning. They're perfect for every day. I felt like the shades that she initially came out with during her first launch, while they were really pretty, they were a little bit out there. She didn't have a ton of everyday colors. I own the shade Joy from her, and it's a little bit of more of like an orangey red color, it can sometimes look a little bit too intense for me. And so I love that she came out with more of these like nudie, mauvey, pinky toned shades that are a little bit more wearable for every day. So I really have been loving this one this year. Another cream blush that I've been loving so much has been my One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio in the shade Very That. I spoke about this one in my best glowy blushes video, but this is a beautiful, beautiful formula. I actually prefer this formula far more than I enjoy the Patrick Ta ones. I think the Patrick Ta ones are good, not gonna lie, but I do enjoy these from One Size a lot more. I just love the versatility that you get with this, being that you get a cream, a powder, and like a blush topper or a highlighter. So you do get a little bit more in this than you would like the Patrick Ta, for instance. But yes, I am really enjoying this product a lot. I love, love, love how much of like a blushy look it gives to your skin. So I really, really enjoy this one. And that's it for cream blushes. I do have some powder blushes to mention. So another blush formula that I've really been enjoying are the Bare Minerals bronzers. I love these so much. I'm so glad that I decided to pick up both of these, because at first I picked up Kiss of Pink and then I went in with Kiss of Rose. Kiss of Rose is actually my favorite. It's what I'm wearing today. But these just give such a nice flush to the skin. I really love that they give you just kind of like that flush to your skin. They give you a little bit of that sunburned effect, but again, they're a little bit glowy, a little bit radiant. So they're adding something just a little bit more to your skin, which I really, really love. And they're perfect for summer. Kiss of Rose is definitely my favorite. I do have to go in with a lighter hand, so you know, keep that in mind. If you're interested in Kiss of Rose, you might have to go in with the lighter hands, but I am just so in love with these. I'm super impressed with them. I think that they are really, really good. So definitely wanted to mention those. And then I did purchase this. I don't think you guys even knew about it, but I purchased the Blush Aesthetic palette from Laura Lee Los Angeles. This is a blush palette. So this blush palette is really good, you guys. I'm really impressed with the blush formula. I honestly even like this more so than the Jaclyn Cosmetics blush palette that I own. This one is really, really good. It's perfect for every day. I love kind of mixing and matching the different blush tones in here to create a blush look that I'm looking for. So I really, really enjoy this one. I'm really happy with it. I love the packaging as well. I think the name of it is super cute. I have the packaging of it right here, like the unicorn that it came in, because it's super cute. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I'm really glad that I decided to get it. I think I was able to get it when it was on sale for like 20 bucks. It's super affordable. It's normally only $28, so it wasn't even that much to begin with, but it's always nice to get a sale. So moving on, I think that's it for blushes. Actually, I have one more. This has definitely been a love of mine as well. This is from Melt. It's one of their Digital Dust Duo blushes in the shade Raw Honey. Really enjoy this one. And I have mentioned this a lot here on my channel because it is just a beautiful glowy blush. It's perfect for this time of year. And I did mention this one as well in my glowy blush video, but this one is super beautiful, especially if you're looking for something where maybe you don't want to have to go in with highlighter, but you're looking for a way to kind of give your face a little bit of a glow. This is perfect for that. I really, really recommend this formula. It doesn't emphasize any texture, which is really, really nice. The bronzers don't emphasize much texture either, but I did want to mention that about this one because I know some people were, you know, maybe they had their eye on these, but they were like, no, like they emphasize too much texture. These do not. I think that they're super smooth, a really nice formula that just goes on really nicely over the skin. So really impressed with this blush formula as well. So those are all of the blushes. I have a ton of highlighters actually. I can't believe it. I'm normally not a huge highlighter person. Like I love highlighter, but I feel like I'm normally not raving about highlighters on my channel. So I'm not sure where that came from, but I feel like there's just some really great highlighters that I've discovered this year or that came out this year. So firstly, this didn't come out this year, but I purchased it recently and I'm really liking it. It's from Undone Beauty and it's called their Nonzer. And at first I didn't think I was gonna like this, but I actually really do enjoy this product. I love how you get like the 4 different tones in here, and it really does kind of make it more of like a fun palette. I like that it's something that I can actually kind of create maybe a different highlighter look that I'm looking for. I love that it leans a little bit more pinky toned because I absolutely love a pinky toned highlighter. And And this formula is just super, super smooth on the skin. It doesn't emphasize texture, and it's definitely gonna be a blinding highlighter. So you have to be okay with a blinding highlighter for sure, but I really, really enjoy this one. And then another highlighter that I've been loving as well has been this one from Milani. This was definitely a Jessica Braun Made Me Buy It purchase. This is the Milani Baked Highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla. This is really, really stunning. Milani does a wonderful job at their baked, within their baked formulas. They have great baked bronzers, great baked blushes, and then of course this is no exception to the baked line. It's very good. And I really like the shade as well. I think it works really well for my complexion. So really pleased with this one and super glad that I added it to my collection. Another highlighter that I picked up this year is this one from Tarte, and this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Shimmering Light in the shade Rose Gold Glow. So this one is kind of a similar formula probably to the Undone Beauty, where it's really smooth, it's really, really fine on the skin, but it's super beaming, it's super blinding. So I just really love this one. I also really love the shade, again, with the pinky highlighter. I'm super into it. So I do enjoy this one a lot. I'm really glad that I added it to my collection. And then finally for highlighter, I wanted to mention this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is definitely not super, super loved here on within the beauty community, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Multi-Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter, and I have the shade Romance Light. First off, the packaging is super, super beautiful. And then you also have the inside here where it's a little bit of like shimmer strips, kind of similar to maybe like the Undone Beauty one. But honestly, I like it. I know some people don't care for this because it does have some glitter in it, but I like it. I really do. I like the way that my highlighter looks whenever I wear this one. I've looked at pictures of me wearing this, and I think that it looks fine. I really like how it reflects on the skin. So I'm happy with this one, honestly. And the packaging feels super, super luxe. I love how beautiful it looks. So I'm loving this one. My last highlighter is definitely this cream highlighter from Winky Lux. This is a newer addition to my makeup collection, but I am super in love with it already. This is the Winky Lux Strobing Balm in the shade Bubbles. Really, really love this one. This one is just super, super beautiful. This is a cream highlighter. It is super smooth. It's really creamy. I can just dip my ring finger in it and just pat it onto my cheekbones, and it looks absolutely stunning and super beautiful. So really impressed with this one, and I really am enjoying this for a cream highlighter option, and it lasts really well throughout the day as well. Now let's get into some lip products. So I have a lot of lip products to talk about. One for sure that I've just really, really been loving has been just kind of like lip oils, lip glosses. This one from NYX is really good. This is the NYX This Is Juice Gloss. I have the shade Pomegranate Clout. Really, really enjoy this formula. I love like the cute red tint that this provides on your lips. Really enjoy that one. It's also very hydrating on the lips as well. So if you're looking for a way to just kind of quickly moisturize. And then some other lip oils that I really like. I love the one from Milani. This is the Fruit Fetish Lip Oil in the shade Raspberry Peach. Really, really enjoyed this one as well. Smells absolutely amazing. This doesn't give too much of a tint to your lips, but it's definitely something. But again, the smell, the formula, I love how hydrating it is. So many great things about that one. And then also, I do like this one as well. This is from Item Beauty. This is the lip oil. It's the Quip Lip Oil in the shade Hey Y'all. It's definitely not this pink in the tube. It's definitely a little bit more sheer, but I really enjoy this lip oil formula as well. Lip oils are just something that I'm super into at the moment. I'm really, really enjoying them. I love how comfortable they are and how lightweight they are, but also just kind of how glossy they look, but they're usually not sticky, which is something that I love. Another lip oil, I guess, but I kind of just use it as a lip gloss, is this from Ulta Beauty. Beauty. This is the Tinted Juice Infused Lip Oil. Really loving this one as well. This does give a little bit more pigments than, for instance, like the Milani one. This is definitely going to be tinted. It's going to give you some tint to your lips, but it's super, super hydrating, being that it's still a lip oil. So wanted to mention this one. It's a great one from Ulta Beauty. And then also I picked this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I've really been enjoying this, and I gravitate towards it a lot actually. This is from Bare Minerals. It is the Mineralist Lip Gloss Balm in the shade Imagination. I've definitely spoken about this already on my channel, but I wanted to mention it again because it's definitely a favorite from, you know, this year so far. Really enjoy the color. It's super, again, very comfortable on the skin or on the lips. It's very hydrating, and it does give some color. And then I did want to mention these products from L'Oreal. So L'Oreal they came out with more colors, and I want to say these are like lip gloss balms, and I have two shades. I have the shades Feathery Fur as well as Rosy Utopia, and these are absolutely stunning. I love, love, love these because they give you some color, but they're also very comfortable, and they feel like a lip balm going on, but they also kind of look like a lip gloss, but then also they have like a little bit of like a stain to them. So these are beautiful, honestly. I love them so much. I'm super, super glad that I decided to try out their new shades. So these are definitely some favorites of mine from 2022 so far. And then I did pick up one of these from the brand Etude. Again, this is a Korean beauty brand, and this is one of their fixing tints, and I have the shade Midnight Mauve. I highly, highly recommend this product. This product is super beautiful. It's definitely a lip stain, and the shade Midnight Mauve is perfect. It is absolutely stunning on. It is really, really beautiful. It definitely does stain the lips. It's kind of a little bit more of like a watery formula at first, but then it dries down and it stains for a few hours. So I'm really impressed with this one. Again, this is from Etude. It's their fixing tint in the shade Midnight Mauve. I highly recommend not only this formula, but the shade Midnight Mauve is stunning. So I do recommend that one. And then I have two lipsticks that I wanted to talk about. I really, really love these two lipsticks. So the first one is this one from ABH. This is one of their newer like satin lipsticks in the shade Peach Amber. Really love this one. This is the lip color that I'm wearing today. I love how flattering this is on the lips. I love the color. I love how peachy it is, but how it's also a nude. I'm really loving this, and the formula is so nice and so comfortable. I also am loving this Covergirl lipstick. This is one of their newer lipsticks. It's part of like their Simply Ageless line, and this is the shade Elegant Nude. This is really, really beautiful. This was in my Shop My Stash like a few weeks ago, and I was reaching for this so much. It is very comfortable. The shade is stunning. It goes with so many eye looks, so I really recommend these Covergirl lipsticks as well. And then let's get into some brow products. So I wanted to mention, I have been loving my Kosas brow system. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go too in depth. I love the Kosas Air Brow as well as this. This is the Brow Pop from Kosas. Really, really enjoy these brow products from Kosas. I really do. Hands down, pick them up. They're so good. Now let's talk about two more products. I have an eyeshadow palette, and then I also have a cream eyeshadow. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Oyster Pearl. I love this. I'm super glad that I decided to pick this one up because it is super beautiful on the lids. I love this for days when I don't want to put on too much eyeshadow because I'm just feeling lazy or tired, and I'm able to just put a quick coat of this on my eyelids, and it does give a little bit of a shimmery effect. It's more of a taupey color, so it definitely still shows up, and it is super long wearing. I also love how creamy this is. There are some cream shadows that I've used that are not super creamy. I can't blend them out very much, and these definitely they perform very well, and I do recommend the shade Oyster Pearl for sure. And then lastly, the final product that I wanted to talk about is this eyeshadow palette. This is the Pat McGrath in Bridgerton collection. This is the Mothership Diamond of the First Water. So I was gonna pass on this altogether because I am not a Bridgerton fan. I've never seen the show, so I was like, I have no need to purchase this palette. But so many people, and mainly Emily's Makeup Bag here on YouTube, love this palette. They love it so much, and she loves this palette so much. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go, and I love this palette. This palette is so beautiful. One of my favorite looks to do is just throw this kind of like pinky shade in the crease, this beautiful like shimmer shade on the lid, and then top it off with this special like blue shade. And it is one of my favorite looks ever. I love this palette so much, and this formula within this palette is absolutely beautiful. So I have tried my best to purchase one palette per month this year. I'm kind of struggling right now, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of ahead, but that's okay. This was my second, I think, palette purchase of the year, and I'm not regretting it. I'm so in love with it. But wow, those are all of the products that I have tried that I'm loving. They're my tippy top favorites from 2022 so far. Comment below, now that it's June, now that we're 6 months into the year, what are your top favorite products from 2022? I would love to hear from you guys. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.
Maybe one day it'll be easy, sweet like